Hello everybody, I'm Baltmatrix, and today we're going to be taking a look at my next haul from SirToys.com. Okay, well, not really a haul, but the next set of figures that I picked up from SirToys.com, and that is the Gnome Squad, or Gnome Warriors, or Gnome Box of 3. Now, this set, as I said, was purchased at SirToys.com. Each one of these figures in vehicle mode is modeled after a luxury vehicle. Blue is modeled after a Land Rover. Red is modeled after a Lamborghini, and white is modeled after an Audi. The figures also come with some accessories. They come with a bunch of guns, and then these two large things, which are, they're going to be feet later on. They come with, let's see, 4 guns. This big gun, and then these smaller guns, and I'm pretty sure all of these smaller guns can fit and peg into the bigger gun. You can also peg the big gray pieces into the bigger gun for a ridiculously stupid gun thing. There are also peg holes underneath what will be these feet that, quite frankly, you can't peg anything into them. They're just too small. They're too small for anything Transformers-wise, and they're too big for these things, these guns that the rest of the set comes with. But you can plug the... And as I said, you can plug the smaller guns into this bigger one. I kind of wish there was another set, so I could just kind of do that. That'd be really, really silly. You know what? I haven't tried this yet. Can I do that? No, that doesn't work. Darn it. These little figures are pretty cool. The transformations are super simple, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. Because, well, they aren't that expensive, and they're just fun, so who cares? Also, there's oddly a lot of die-cast in each one of these. The die-cast is pretty much only accessible in vehicle mode. In robot mode, you don't really feel any of the die-cast, but all of these car parts on the white are die-cast. Pretty much all of the car parts on the red are die-cast, and most of the car parts on blue are die-cast. But it's weird. So it feels like this is just painted plastic here up front. The darker blue, the lighter blue is most definitely die-cast. You can tell. But then these pieces back here that flip out, those are definitely plastic. But the pieces in the front feel like painted plastic. It's odd. Of the 3, the Land Rover is my favorite in vehicle mode, simply because I just like SUVs. I've never been that big of a fan of sports cars because they've always been out of my reach, so to speak, financially. And quite frankly, they're really impractical, especially around where I live with all the dang speed bumps. Blue's transformation is pretty darn easy. Flip open the back of the vehicle mode, wedge out the legs, and then they will flip around to form, well, wedge out the back of the vehicle mode and flip them around to form the legs, and then flip down the feet and stand the figure up. Now, in order to get the figure to actually stand up correctly, you have to take the tabs that are found in the vehicle mode that hold, the shell together, and actually wedge them into the side of the feet like this. Otherwise, you end up putting the ankles so far forward that the entire figure has to lean forward in order to stand up correctly. Then this is pretty much going to go how you think. Split open the front of the vehicle mode for the arms, flip out the fists, and then fold the top back, and there's the head. That's it. That's all she wrote. That's the transformation for Blue. And I'm just going to call them by their colors because I don't have official names for them. Of the 3, Blue is definitely the tallest, and I think the most cohesive in the color scheme. That's just my opinion. And yeah, it works, but the hips don't stay together all that well. They don't lock into place at all, which is a shame, but oh well. Head sculpt's pretty good. In fact, it's got the same level of paint that some recent Hasbro figures have. White face, gray head, red eyes, and red forehead. Posability for Blue here is head is on a swivel that is too loose. Shoulders are on a ball joint. Hinge at the elbow. No fist articulation. And I forgot a little bit of the transformation. Legs are on swivel. And then a swivel underneath that for the thigh. Bend at the knee for the transformation. And then foot is on a hinge and a ball joint. So you can get off some decent poses, but I'm just not going to bother because we got to get on with this review. Next up is white, and its transformation is pretty darn easy. Split the back of the vehicle mode out like that, and then just kind of lean the figure, or the vehicle modes back down a little bit and pull it away from the leg and flip the toes down. So lean it forward, wiggle it, open that section up, close it up, and then put the feet down. Unfortunately, well, you know what? I'll save the unfortunately parts for the later in when I'm talking about it. Flip open the gull wing doors, pull the arms out, and pull the arms down, and try not to pull off the ball joints. Then flip the fists down, and then take the front of the vehicle mode and just flop it down over the head, and it just flops there. And that's it. Color scheme here works. Blue, black, and white all work really well. A little bit of red there on the tummy. And the head sculpt's pretty good. It's kind of got a, what do you call them? The Omnibots. Reminds me of an Omnibot. I think it's a little less cohesive. Not cohesive. I think it's a little less successful than blue. Posability head is on a swivel. Ball joint, hinge joint in the shoulder, ball joint there. Then it does have an elbow joint that's very tight. Fists are not very tight, but that's okay. Ball joint in the hip, no thigh articulation, slight bend at the knee, and some toe articulation. As I said, I think it's a little less successful as a robot than blue, but it looks fine. In terms of looks, I really don't have any complaints. Finally, for the Lamborghini, it's kind of a, well, let's just get into it. The legs are exactly the same as white. Simply split them apart, fold them out, and then just get the legs up and out of the way. And legs are done. Now the arms are different. Fold the wheels down to the bottom of the vehicle mode, grab the sides that are obviously the arms, and pull them down away from the body, and that will then pull them open, or the shoulders open, and we're done. That's it. The red, blue, and white, and black work well, and it's fine. I don't have any problems with it. It is a little bit floppy, though, in the legs. Head sculpt is cool, but it looks like the head belongs on somebody who would transform into a jet. Posability on this guy is probably the weakest. Head does not move at all. There's a swivel at the shoulder. There is a hinge for the elbow. And oddly enough, the fists do articulate and rotate a bit, but they're, stuck because of the side panel here. Legs are on a ball joint. There is a thigh swivel. And there is some articulation in the knee, but it's blocked by the, engine compartment of the vehicle mode. So, yeah. Oh, and did I mention? Kind of noodly. The real big issue I have with this set is the plastic quality underneath the die cast, specifically in the joints on blue and red. And, yeah. That's the worst ASMR I think you're ever going to hear. And that was just red. Blue, on the other hand, well, I've moved it so much every time I move the legs, they kind of have a tendency to pop off. So they do go right back on pretty easily, though. But, it's not squeaking anymore. Well, he's seen better days. The little Charlie's Angels set we've got going here is a fun set. Are they perfect? No, they aren't. But they are fun, and my son actually loves them in vehicle mode, and when they're in robot mode, he just goes, robot, 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 which is silly. It's fun. Now, the set itself did not come with any directions for the individual transformations, but they did come with directions for the combination, because of course these three combine. Now, for the transformation into the combined mode, which I'm going to warn you is something all right, we have to return red and white to their vehicle modes, and we leave blue in robot mode. So we'll start off with red because he's the easiest, and we literally just grab him and rip him in half, and then flip out his toes because his toes will become the, arms or hands. Turn it around so that the wheels are facing in front, and that's it. Put it off to the side. Next, come to white and flip up the gull wing doors, which you have to move some things around to do it, like that. Take the arms and hinge them out as far as they'll go. Then there are these pegs on the back of the arms, and they will flip out like so. and then kill the bug that is currently flying around you. Ah, didn't kill it. Missed it. Anyway, reach to the front windscreen and flip up the combiner head, and that's it. And put this off to the side. Next for blue. This is going to be a little bit interesting. First, transform the arms back to the way that it is for the truck mode. Then take the legs and fold them forward at 90 degrees. Then flip out the hips until they stop. Fold down the truck part, the front truck part. Flip those legs out. Fold the top of the roof down. That will pop this section up and open it up like that. Next, turn the legs so that the top of the vehicle mode is facing towards the back of the robot mode. Do that on both sides, and then fold the little section in. And then take those gray guns and peg them into the bottom of the feet and just push them all the way up. You will have to wiggle a little bit, and it should go over the foot should go over this little indent right there at the back. And that is quite literally it. You can have that out like that or just leave it like this. That's really all you can do, is just kind of leave it like that. And then the white vehicle will peg in to these pegs and to that peg. So line that up, get that pegged in there, get that pegged in there, like so. And yes, if you're wondering, this is very top heavy. So what I like to do is collapse the knees in just a little bit. And then we can peg the arms in, and they will peg into these big holes that are in the robot mode's chest. Oop. And this is actually a lot harder than you might think, because one, every time you push on it, it collapses the shoulder in, and two, I always aim for the screw hole instead of the actual peg hole. So get those in there, like so, and that's it. That is the combined mode. Oh boy, is that a mess. Now, I would be lying if I said that this was an absolutely wonderful combined mode. It isn't, but I still love the set. It's so stupid, but it's in that way that just is so memorable and fun. Size-wise, the combined mode, it's about the same size as a Voyager class figure or current Voyager class figure. Posability for the set is, it's rough. There is kind of a ratchet clicking going on in the arms, but they don't have any like individual joints. There are these weird fists at the tip of the arms. Head moves up and down. Body barely stays together, so I'm not going to futz with it too much. Legs can do the splits. They can't kick forward at all. And don't bother trying to bend the knees because he'll fall over. I like the set even though it is flawed. And I mean, look at that. You got so much junk in those trunks. So overall, I really do dig this set. I honestly do. It's stupid, it's impractical, but it's fun, it's silly, and we need more of that these days. We just do. Would I recommend it? Yeah. If you're looking for something different and you're looking for something that's just fun and cheap, and I don't mean cheap as in bad quality, I mean cheap as in it doesn't cost a lot. It's fun. I like it. What can I say? So folks, let me know what you think of this set down in the comments. Be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And while you're down in those comments and in the description, please follow the link to sirtoys.com to pick this set up. Also, if you feel like it, please follow me on Patreon. Your monthly financial contribution is going to help me keep the lights on. Literally. Thank you so much for watching. I have been Baltmatrix, and I'll catch you next time.